All right, we are going to do a little catch-up update because I'm about to do the second portion of our Sturgis 2025. So we didn't do a lot of video, and when we left Thursday afternoon, it was just hot, not much to see, cornfields. So we rolled into Hannibal, Missouri, Thursday evening. We got there a couple hours before those really bad storms came in, and you see in the video where it was raining sideways, basically. We got drenched walking back to the hotel, and we spent the night in Hannibal. Got up the next morning. It was still, hit and miss thunderstorms, so we waited it out. Didn't run into any kind of serious rainfall on the way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where we spent Friday night. We got up Friday morning while we were waiting for the rain to pass through. We went to Mimi's Coffee House, got some coffee and a little breakfast muffin or croissant, if you will, and got out of there. Got into Sioux Falls Friday evening at it was pretty decent early 3. Waited on the rest of the crew to get there, and when they all got there, we went to Squealers, which is right next door to the hotel we stayed in there in T. Bloody Marys there are amazing. I love them, and highly recommend them if you're through there. Go to Squealers in T, South Dakota. I think that's the Grand Stay Hotel that we always stay there on our way. That's a stop we always make. And then Saturday morning we got up to leave, and motorcycle wouldn't start. Nothing serious. Fuel line come loose. Clip was broke on the fuel line, so it wouldn't build fuel pressure. James unloaded his bike. We did a little, swapping around. He hauled it up there to the dealership for me. Dropped us off. A couple, 2 or 3 hours later, J&L Harley had us fixed up. We were on the road, but in the meantime, Aubrey and Joey and Carrie and myself went downtown Sioux Falls, did some sightseeing. It's a beautiful little town. Highly recommend visiting there. Take some time. You can see what little bit we did see down there. It was pretty cool. It'll be a good time, good place to spend some time, just kind of walking around, taking in the history of the place. Got gone from Sioux Falls around 12:30, and when we got into Wall, it was hot, like 103, if I remember right. And once we got there, we got settled in. Then we went to the Red Rock Cafe there in Wall and had supper. Walked around, had a couple cocktails at the Badlands bar, which we always do when we're there in Wall, South Dakota. And that little hotel we always stay in, Sunshine Inn. The owner is so super nice. Nothing fancy about the hotel, just a real nice, clean, cheap place to stay. And then Sunday morning, the gremlins weren't done yet. We get up and we unload, James's bike. Everybody's saddled up, ready to go, and figure out his battery's dead on his bike. We forgot to put it back in transport mode when we put it back in the trailer after we unloaded mine. But nonetheless, we got him squared away. He left. They went and got his battery taken care of, and then the rest of us, we went through the Badlands, and that's where Carrie got some really good footage, shot, video and some photos. So hopefully everybody enjoys those. I mean, we always like going through there. I recommend if you're doing it on a motorcycle, do it early in the morning, because it gets super hot in the afternoons, especially this time of year. So hope you enjoy it. This is just a little walk down memory lane for us to remind me where we're at, and then we'll continue on from there, where we end up in Rapid City, Black Hills Harley on Sunday, and then eventually we'll be in Somerset, South Dakota at the Airbnb where we stayed. definitely cooled off a lot. It was like 103 earlier when we were coming across there. Now we got a nice breeze. I think it's cooled down into the 80s. Feels really good. Downtown Waldrop, Wall, South Dakota. And this is where the gremlins showed up again. You can see us trying to get James's bike going, but the battery was dead from not putting it in transport mode. So we lowered him back up, and the rest of us took off, and we rode through the Badlands. And the rest of the video, that's pretty much what you're going to see, is just the ride through the Badlands. It was a decent morning. Temperature was good, had a nice breeze, so hopefully you enjoy.